What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's McFly here. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I actually took about 4 days of a break from streaming, recording, what have you, playing video games. I wanted to take time to spend with the family since I had 4 days off. Dedicate that time to my family since I'm always busy with work. We're doing this stuff, so I did want to take that time. But I hope you all had a great Christmas. I had an amazing one, and now we're back at it. So I started to get on to figure out what I was going to record for today. I try to record 3 or 4 videos a week, and I usually end up only doing 2. But I try to record 3 or 4 a week. That way I have a full week's worth of videos to record if I don't feel like, if I'm sick a week or if I don't feel like recording for a week. So try to do 2 videos a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I try to record about 4 to 5 a week. That way I have some extras. And I got on and I saw some articles about people fighting over Game of the Year with Elden Ring and just video games in general, and it got me thinking about kind of the state that we are in right now with video games in general. So I'm a 32-year-old, so I grew up with Super Nintendo. Sega Genesis was actually technically the console that I used when I was growing up, but I grew up with the older consoles. Sonic the Hedgehog was my jam, and Super Mario Brothers and Vector Man and all those games were my jam. And I feel like the games that have been coming out recently, and I'm talking like the last decade, to be honest, haven't really been up to par with at least what we remember from those from our time. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I think also it's changing the dynamic of video games and just the video game entertainment industry. And I don't think it's for the better. And let me explain a little bit. I grew up with those games, and when Call of Duty came out, Call of Duty 3, 4, 5, I was between my 11s all the way up to college is when those games were coming out. And I grew up with those kind of getting me through the hard times of growing up as a teenager and being, moving from one city to another, being a loner, all of those things. I grew up on Call of Duty, along with, what got me into video games, honestly, was Pokemon, Red and Blue, but those were solo games anyways. I'm talking about kind of getting me through the harder times of my life was the Call of Duty games. And I love Call of Duty. I really do. I just, honestly, since probably like Black Ops 2, there hasn't really been a game that blown me away from Call of Duty. And then I thought about it. Has there really been any games that have blown me away or that I would consider to be really, 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 really great games? And I don't really think there has been. There's been, the seldom few. There's been Uncharted 4, I think, is a masterpiece, to be honest with you. The Metal Gear Solid franchise is my favorite, so I will always hold those dear to my heart. Metal Gear Solid 4, even the Phantom Pain, even though it was kind of retconned the whole story, I did like those. So I think those games were good as well, or were pretty good as well. But I don't think there's really been any great, era-changing games that have come out since probably Uncharted 4, and even before that, I don't really consider there to have been any really, really great games. And I think the issue is that we're kind of aging out of the demographic, right? We're a lot of people my age don't sit down all day, every day and play video games. They don't do it anymore. 30-year-olds, 25 to 35-year-olds are they're either getting their career started or they're deep in their career. They got families, they have other stuff going on. They stop gaming, what have you. And I think that's a big issue. And without sounding like a boomer and getting mad at these damn Gen Zs, look, every generation is different, right? Every generation we say, what the hell are you guys listening to? And what TV shows and this and that. And I really do believe that I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 90s, 1990, and I've always enjoyed 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s music much more than I have enjoyed anything after. But I do think the 70s and 80s were kind of the peak of music. There's a lot of cool stuff in the 90s. But my point here is that I'm not just saying the 90s is the best. It's not true. I think that things have slowly changed and gotten worse. And I think it's more so the attention span of just the general public, what we want, what we like. The internet has caused us all to kind of want things immediately and have instant gratification. And with that comes with a sense of, you know, everything needs to happen quickly and everything needs to happen in 5 seconds. And if you don't keep my attention after 5 seconds, well, I'm moving on. And that's really, really honestly, that started with Facebook and Instagram and especially Vine. You had 6 seconds to do a video, but I feel like Vine didn't do what TikTok is doing now. Vine had creative people on there and had funny people, and if there was this kind of a bad video on Vine, it didn't get the likes, it didn't get the, you know, the views like TikTok videos are. And again, lots of good things about TikTok, lots of good things about Instagram, lots of good things about Facebook, but I've kind of steered away from all social media. I do have my content creator Instagram that I still have open, and my Twitter, and Twitter mostly for sports news and stuff. But other than that, I honestly don't have any social media. I've got rid of all of that stuff because I feel like it's part of the problem, and I feel like it takes us away from what's important in life. And maybe that's just me becoming a boomer, growing up, getting old, being an old ass man, but I really do believe that. I do believe that that's part of the issue. But what I'm trying to get at it here is, in regards to the gaming industry, like I said, our demographic, my demographic has aged out of what they're going for, and they're going for Generation Z, especially with Fortnite coming out. I have always been somebody who has hated on Fortnite. Before Warzone came out, I didn't like Fortnite. I didn't like the building aspect. I still don't like the building aspect. I will admit that it's because I'm horrible at it. I cannot get the building down, and I have tried, and I won't ever get it down. But I do think that the no build is fun. And I do think the no build is great, and I have to hand it to you know, Epic and the creators of Fortnite, and in creating a game that they always update. They update every week. You know, they get any type of glitches or issues out for the most part. Weapon balancing is always there. For a free, essentially, sort of free game, you know, all of these battle royales I have in-app purchases and in-game purchases and battle passes and stuff. But for a free game, I think it's actually one of the best, and it's set the bar. Okay, the problem with that is that that appeals to all ages, that game. So now we're finding out that Fortnite's probably the most searched game, the most sold, or has made the most money out of all battle royales, all that stuff. And the major age demographic for that is between 10 and 25. So we are aiming at kids here. That means that that's who they are going after demographic wise. That is who the video game industry is now going towards. Now you all can say, well, they've made mature games, they've made all these shooter up games, those aren't appropriate for kids. Correct, they aren't. But that doesn't mean they can't still cater those games to those people. And I think we felt that effect, right? I know a lot of people were so stoked that Elden Ring got Game of the Year, and you know, it's one of the best games that's been made in the last decade. You can hate me if you want. I played through it. I enjoyed the game. I really did. And it's one of the better games that have been made in the last decade. I don't think it's Game of the Year material. I don't. I do think God of War was maybe there. I'm a big believer. My age demographic, I believe, is a big believer, and we enjoy games and stories, whether it's movies, TVs, that have depth, that have, you know, that are a bit challenging, that it makes you think about life. It has an overall purpose to the story. Those things are important to me in a game. The multiplayer stuff aside, those games need to have those key aspects, right? And I really don't think that there's been a lot of campaign games that have been like that. I started playing Stray the other day. I've been playing a lot of stuff that I'm not even worried about making videos about. And that game's kind of, I just started it, but it's in that direction of kind of being a game where it has a story and has deep, meaningful passages to the story and things like that. I do enjoy that. The problem with these games nowadays is because they put so much into the graphics and stuff, which is awesome, that the stories are so short that you can essentially beat them in 5 to 6 hours. I like slow burners. I like games like Metal Gear Solid 2 that take you hours and hours to beat. I love those games. They don't make a lot of games like that anymore. And I think that's an issue. I think a lot of these companies now are let's just give them so much content, make a game every year and make it, you know, easier for everybody screw all the hardcore fans. Just make it so we can get everybody, as many people as we can, and make it easier for everybody so that everybody has a better chance. That is one of the things that I commend Apex for, is that there actually is a skill gap. There actually is. If you're not, if you're just kind of a not so competitive person, you just want to go and have fun, you're not great with, controller mechanics or movement and all that stuff, and you don't sit there and study how they play like a gamer does, you're not going to like Apex. You're not going to like it because there's people who have mastered their craft at that, the movement and all of that stuff. I'm a great aimer and I'm decent at the movement in Apex. I'm not in the top on that game, but I love playing it. It's fun. But I commend Apex for that, for not trying to cater to everybody and just being what it is, being the game that it is. But I do think that the video game industry is in trouble, right? And the adult industry obviously has always and probably always will be one of the bigger industries in the US. That's a whole nother conversation we could have, but that and the video game industry have always been in the top 3, right? I do think video games are something that I will always hold deep in my heart. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I went through personally between my parents' divorce and, kind of being a loner in high school when I switched districts and going to college, and that being the worst part of my life because of other stuff that I had going on with relationships and family stuff and all of that. And I was in a bad place, and video games was always there to get me out of it. Video games were always there for me to kind of focus my negative energy and put that into video games. Some people might not like that. That's fine. They don't have to. I did, and it helped me. I wouldn't be here if not for that. Obviously, there's other stuff that helped me get through that portion of my life, but video games was a big part in that. And they will always be close to my heart. I'll be 65 and still playing video games, but I really do wish that we had people who were on the mainstream of video games, at least people who are putting blood, sweat, and tears into these games and wanting to create art, right? There is a lot of indie games, if you guys go out there, that you'll find that are amazing and that you'll enjoy, and that I've found that I've liked playing a lot of them, and I do play a lot of them on my free time. Maybe I can make a video on kind of indie games that I enjoy, but there's a lot of those that I think are way better than a lot of the mainstream stuff coming out. Obviously, I've loved the Spider-Man games, the Miles Morales and Spider-Man game. Those are always fun. There's always going to be the exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I don't think the video game industry is a good state right now, and I don't think that's going to change either. I think that the demographic, like I said, that they're going for, the Generation Z, ages 10 to 25 right now, is they want something different than what my age group wants, and it's just a fact. It is. Like I said, Metal Gear Solid is my favorite video game series of all time. They don't make games like that anymore. That's one of those series, right, where like the video game is almost like too much. There's too much story. Like, I actually do want to play a little bit, just a tad. I'd like to actually play and not just watch cutscenes the whole time. I'm not here to watch a 15-hour movie, right? But they had depth, they had meaning. Those games were there's so many little Easter eggs and things like that you can get into in those games, and they just don't make games like that anymore. And it's honestly a shame that Konami kind of got rid of Hideo Kojima, because I think he could have made a lot more. It didn't have to be Metal Gear Solid, but a lot of great games on there. So yeah, I've been spending a lot of my time kind of, I play a lot of Call of Duty, the new Modern Warfare 2. I went on my last video, I kind of said that I love it, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I did, like I said, I took my 4-day break from video games, and I tried to come back to it today, and I wasn't into it. And I don't know what it was. I just wasn't into it. I have started playing some of the old games. I'm getting back into Half-Life 2 right now, which is freaking amazing. I wish they would make a Half-Life 3, but I don't think that's ever going to happen because, like I said, nobody gives a crap about us old fans anymore. I've been playing that. I've been playing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire because I never played those. which is fun, and I'm having a blast playing that. I'm having a blast playing older games than I am any of the newer games, and I'm not trying to fork up $70 for an unfinished game every year. I'm not trying to do that, and I'm not just talking about Call of Duty. I'm talking about everything. Elden Ring had its issues, right? What was the not RPG game? What the hell was it? It was one of those like MMO games that everybody was on for like a week and then it died down. I don't remember, but that one was big for a while and it looked like it was fun, but it had so many issues. People's 3090s were exploding and stuff like that. Companies are so quick to release stuff without doing, the fine QA, the quality assurance, the testing everything, every possible thing they can think of tests. It's just, all right, did we get this basic checklist down? All right, cool. We don't need to worry about the advanced stuff. Just release it. We'll fix it after. Charge them $70 anyways. We'll fix it after. So they have to wait 2 more months for a game to be finished. I just like the thing with Call of Duty is honestly, I wouldn't mind as much them releasing a game that's unfinished if we don't have to wait for every season for them to fix stuff. Fortnite does it every week. Every week they fix things. Call of Duty, you have season 1. Anything that's fucked in season 1, you're gonna have until you get to season 2. Obviously, they'll do some small fine-tuning things. They'll have like season 1 reloaded, but like the main stuff, you have to wait until season 2, the next season, for that stuff to be fixed, right? Again, I wouldn't have an issue with it if they would fix those things after a little while. I have given up on Warzone 2. Well, there's some things I do like about it. I think the stuff that were good from the first one that they left out is just, that outweighs the good stuff that they added. So I haven't been playing Warzone 2. I don't think I'm ever going to play Warzone 2 until I hear something about it being fixed or it being better. I am enjoying Modern Warfare 2, but I've been more enjoying playing other stuff, older stuff. Like I said, I just installed all the old multiplayer for Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, played a little bit of those and had more fun playing those through Plutonium than I have playing the newer games. It's actually pretty crazy because I had been enjoying it, and I talked about how I've been enjoying the camo grind and all that stuff. And I saw a post the other day about essentially a game shouldn't be good because of extrinsic rewards. It should be good because of intrinsic rewards. And what that means is you should enjoy playing the game because you're playing the game, not because of the reward you get for playing the game. So that's exactly what Activision is selling you with Call of Duty. People need to be real, right? There's going to be some people that enjoy it, but you don't enjoy the journey of playing for the camos. You enjoy the destination. You enjoy seeing the gold camo, the platinum camo. That's why you do the gun grind. There's no way that people liked leveling up the M16 in Modern Warfare 2. There's no way. No way. But we did it because we wanted to get the gold. I saw that post and then comments underneath it about how it's really bad for depression. It's going to lead to more depression because you're essentially putting yourself through torture to then get a reward for that torture, is what it is. And this is what the Activision and a lot of these Battle Royale games, Fortnite included, are selling you, is that you can either torture yourself and go through this grind the slowest way possible and possibly get it done, possibly not, or you can just spend your money and you don't have to go through that torture, and you could just get the camo you want right away. And that's their business plan. That's how they're making their money. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I fell under that. I think I read that at the end of my day on Thursday when I shut down the game, and I didn't really think about it at first. And then when I came back to play it today, it was kind of in the back of my head, and I think it left a bad taste in my mouth, and maybe that's why I didn't enjoy playing it. It's just sad. I enjoy video games. I for a while there I was playing Stardew Valley and Power Wash Simulator. Like, I was trying to find things to play to enjoy myself while playing. And now it's kind of like, besides Genshin Impact, like I'm not invested in anything right now. I'm not invested in a game, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that means I'll have time to focus on other stuff. But I really, really am kind of just burnt out on investing my time into these games when the creators don't give a crap about you. They don't. Everyone was fighting over, oh, Halo's going to be the next big game. Screw Call of Duty. I haven't heard crap about it. I played that multiplayer for a week, and it was honestly the same as Halo 2 and Halo 3. Halo 2 was the last good Halo. Like, it's not just Call of Duty that's bad. It's every single game company has their issues. And I mean, look, blame my demographic, who are the developers and stuff doing these games, that don't understand what we want. Like, I think they're like, instead of asking themselves, what would you want to play? I think they're asking themselves, what do you think would be a cool way to revolutionize the gaming industry? And those are two separate things. While I think it's good to always evolve, I think that to be able to evolve, you have to understand what's good. You can't just try to evolve from something bad and expect it to be good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take bad and be like, all right, now we need to evolve. Let's take everything good that we have and evolve. But you don't have anything good. You can't evolve until you figure out how to fix what you have that's bad and fix it, and then try to evolve. Right? So, but yeah, I'm planning on probably getting back to streaming. I'm going to do 3 days a week for about 3 hours in the middle of the day. And I'm talking like 10 to 1 p.m., 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm going to be streaming. I might do a duo thing where I do video games, play games like Wednesdays on YouTube, and then just do just chatting streams Monday and Fridays. But it's going to be a YouTube sandwich, a Twitch Monday, YouTube Wednesday, and Twitch Friday, just because I miss streaming. But it's not going to be a lot of gaming. It's going to be me talking about stuff, doing reaction stuff like I do on my YouTube channel, talking about sports. I feel like I have a lot to talk about, and I have a lot to give, and I have a lot of ways to entertain people. I just think watching somebody play video games that are garbage is not something that people want to see. And Twitch is supposed to be the gaming haven, the streaming platform for games. And the highest viewed thing right now is just chatting by a large margin. And I'm talking a huge margin. And look, I know maybe you guys want to see statistics and stuff. Honestly, I'm just recording this. I'm adding gameplay over it, and then I'm going to post it. I'm not going to edit out. This is me off the cuff talking to you guys about what I think, and kind of how it's actually made me almost depressed at how I don't have anything to look forward to. I mean, my dad and I used to bond over playing video games also. We would play GoldenEye. That was his favorite game. He would be up till, and he was in his late 30s, early 40s. He would be up till 2 a.m. having to work at 5 a.m. playing GoldenEye, trying to beat those levels. Perfect Dark, same thing. So it's just a shame that we just don't have those video games anymore. And this isn't a hot take or anything. There's a lot of people that believe this, and whether other people believe it or not doesn't really matter. But I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know what the developers and the companies are looking at when they're making these games. I don't know if it's just simply what's going to make the most money, or that's probably what it is. And what it should be is what creates the most retention. And by me retention, I don't mean like me paying attention to this game. I'm talking about like, how many hours have I put into this game without like doing anything else, right? How many hours have I put into Call of Duty and not switch to Fortnite for a week and all of that stuff, right? GoldenEye, when that came out, I played that for almost a full 2 years after it came out. I played Metal Gear Solid. I beat Metal Gear Solid 2 like 15 times, and I tried to get the bandana, and I tried, like, these are all things that are great, cool about great games where you don't just play it one time through. You play it a bunch. Now, the campaign for Modern Warfare 2, I really enjoyed. I really loved it. Thought it was good. I didn't think it was exceptional. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was great. The campaign was great. And this game does offer a lot of stuff. Modern Warfare 2. It has Raid. It has DMZ, which is awesome. It has all these different game modes with invasion and all of that stuff, which are okay. They're different changes of pace, and you're getting a lot for $70. But the multiplayer, it's not good. I just don't. I won't say it's not good. I think it's falling under the same thing as all the other ones where it needs a higher TTK. It needs to go back to the basics of the, of the gunsmith. Don't worry about how they did the gun mechanics in Modern Warfare 2019. Go back to Modern Warfare 3, right? You get your level up to level 39, you get gold. Boom, done. You can add attachments. You can either add an attachment or you can have, you can shoot through walls. Those are your two options. You can either have an attachment or you can, have FMJ. That's it. Don't add these 10 attachments, then you got to tune it and all that stuff. Like, it's a cool dynamic. I do like that part of the game, but I think it's getting away from what made Call of Duty great, right? And Call of Duty's been notorious for having small TTK or low TTK, time to kill. I don't necessarily think that they need to change it so much, but I just got done playing Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, which you're going to see right now in the video. The time to kill is a little bit more than these last few games. Vanguard was notorious for this, and I just couldn't play it. It's like you're playing hardcore on core, and then hardcore is you just step on somebody's toe and they die. Like, it's stupid. I don't want to play a game to get done up the butt by the enemy team. It's just we're in a bad state right now. So my content's gonna change a little bit. I will be giving you guys Modern Warfare 2 videos. It's not so much gonna be just what I've been posting though. I'm gonna do something like trying to look for glitches, because I do think glitches in the game are really fun to find. So that's gonna be one of them, one of my videos for Modern Warfare. I'm gonna do something else where I do a skit about Marvel. That's another video coming out. I'm gonna be trying to mix it up right now. The Modern Warfare 2 videos will come. The Warzone 2 videos, don't expect anything because I'm not playing Warzone 2, unfortunately. But you guys have been enjoying my Modern Warfare 2 videos, so hopefully those will keep you guys entertained. And like I said, I'm gonna try and do something a little bit different with those. I'm gonna do like the glitch hunting and stuff like that, and trying to find almost TikTok type of guns where they're ridiculous, but see if I can do kill challenges with them and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make it interesting because the game is not. But anyways, this was my rant for the day. I might do one of these a week. This will be like my third or my 1A video besides my other two that I do, and I'll make it a podcast maybe. But I appreciate you guys for the support. Thank you so much. If you have anything you want to say in the comments, please feel free to do so. This is a conversation. This isn't a one-sided thing. I always want to hear a difference of opinion. If you guys love the state of the game industry right now, let me know and tell me why. I could be wrong. I could be an old fucking grouch. I could be that old man. I mean, look, I'm wearing, you can't see, but I'm wearing a dad jacket right now. It's one of those like pullovers with like the collar that goes up and like could cover your face, and that zips up from like the top of the chest up to the neck. I'm literally wearing a dad jacket right now. So I could be an old fart that just, get off my lawn. I'm an old man yelling at a cloud right now. And the cloud is the gaming industry. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm being like over the top on this or if I'm right. I just want to know. I want to discuss it with you guys. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I really do appreciate you guys so much for the support. And please do remember that good vibes are contagious.